Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Today we're about to plunge deeply into a mind-boggling expedition, traversing the not often narrated annals of capitalism and war finance. A saga so enthralling it will leave you utterly speechless. A tale that's not just filled with the exchange of goods and cash, but deeply intertwined with the darker facets of the world's financial infrastructure. This is a voyage that will change your perceptions and make you question everything you thought you knew about economics. Ever pondered on the origins of the term capitalism? Did you ever scratch your head, wondering how this seemingly innocuous term came to be associated with a system that dominates our world today? Did you ever stop to think about the stories behind the big words, the tales of money, power and war that our textbooks often omit? Well, brace yourselves, because we're about to peel back the layers of this complex structure and reveal the truth that lies beneath its shiny surface. Capitalism is not just the stock markets, high-rise buildings, and the glitz and glamour of Wall Street. It's more than just the numbers on a balance sheet or money changing hands. It's a deep-rooted system that has shaped the entire course of human history. But there's a side of capitalism that is often kept under wraps. The grim connection between capitalism and war finance that has time and again changed the world we live in. Picture a world where the expense of war is shrouded in secrecy, ensconced behind tightly doors, where bureaucracies accrue astronomical amounts of debt in the name of conflict, and yet there's absolutely no accountability. Imagine a world where the cost of war is hidden behind closed doors, where governments rack up debt in the name of conflict without accountability. Last year alone, global defense spending soared to a staggering $2.4 trillion. This colossal expenditure is a testament to the escalating tensions between nations and the constant power struggles that seem to be the order of the day. With nations flexing their military muscles and engaging in relentless arms races, the world has become a battleground with a high price tag attached to it. Consider the case of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This event not only shocked the world but also led to significant upheavals in international relations, further fueling defense spending. The increased militarization and the continuous display of force are signs of a disturbing trend, one that could lead to disastrous consequences. And then there's NATO, with its whopping $100 billion spending plan. One could argue that such spending is required for maintaining peace and stability, but we must also ask ourselves, at what cost? The money that's poured into defense could be directed towards other areas like healthcare, education, or environmental conservation. But here's another alarming fact. While we are aware of the astronomical figures that go into defense budgets, the actual numbers might be far higher. Often, governments bury the true cost of war, hiding it under layers of complex calculations and obscure terms that only a few can comprehend. Additionally, these staggering figures are not just about the present, but about the future as well. We are talking about mountains of debt that will undoubtedly burden the generations to come. Piling debts today will lead to economic instability tomorrow, affecting everyone, not just those involved in war. But here's the real kicker, folks. Governments are hiding the true cost of war, burying us under mountains of debt that will haunt future generations. From the establishment of central banking in 1694 to the introduction of war bonds in the mid-20th century, war has catalyzed financial and technological revolutions that significantly shape our world today. In the course of this dynamic progression, we have witnessed the evolution of fiscal policies and the transformation of international markets. These developments, driven by the necessities of military conflict, have had both intended and unintended consequences on our economies and societies. As a result of warfare, we have seen the rise of central banks, which have become key players in managing national economies. Back in 1694, the Bank of England was formed to fund king's war debts, marking a pivotal moment in the history of finance. Then, during the throes of World War II in the 1940s, we saw the launch of war bonds in numerous countries. These bonds were designed to finance military operations and were sold to the general public on the premise of patriotism. However, the influence of war has not been limited to financial alone. It has also sparked significant technological advancements. From the development of the internet during the Cold War to the advent of nuclear power in the aftermath of World War II, several breakthroughs can be traced back to the exigencies of warfare. Yet, as we stand today in the age of digital currencies and artificial intelligence, the role of war financing is more opaque than ever. Consequently, it has become increasingly critical for us to demand transparency, to hold our governments accountable. The opaque nature of modern warfare financing threatens to destabilize the very foundations of capitalism. The future of capitalism indeed hangs in the balance. It is now up to us to shape its direction for the better. It's high time we took action to ensure that the power of finance and technology is used to promote peace and prosperity, rather than fueling conflict and division. So join me, fellow truth seekers, embark on a journey to uncover the hidden truths of war, finance, and capitalism. Together, in collaboration and unity, we can indeed change the world.